Hey, you all. So, it's the eve of my birthday month, birthday week, and I'm telling you, I'm just giving God thanks and praises for, you know, getting this far. In a couple days, I'm going to be 59. Can't believe it. The time has flown. But this year, I give praise every year. This year, I really have a whole lot more to give God thanks and praise for because of His glory and His mercy and the love that He has shown me and the mercy. My birthday is going to mark, ironically, exactly 6 months since I was diagnosed with not one but two autoimmune disease. And this has had a great impact on my life overall, my activities, everything. It played riot with my mind. It was like it took me a couple months to accept the fact that I have this illness that will never go away, and the way that it impacted my life, it made me take stock, review myself, and think about what it is that I want to do with this life that I have. And one of the things is that I just have to give God thanks and praise. I have to, because when I get to meet other people who are in the position that I am in, and I see the, I don't want to say handicap, but the disabilities that they're experiencing because of this, I just have to give Him all the glory. And I got to thank Him that He gave me the wisdom and the strength to deal with this on my own with His help. I'm a very active person, and I can tell you it has affected my activity somewhat in the first part, because that was when I was having all the symptoms, and the time I got diagnosed, the doctor told me I was lucky. I told her, no, not lucky, I'm blessed that I was diagnosed early, because I followed up on the symptoms, which in my mind I'm saying I don't think I followed up quickly enough, because I was having symptoms and signs like month before, but self-diagnosing myself and putting it down to the fact that it was my job. I was tired. I was standing on my legs for a lot of time because I was having all these swelling in my legs. I was experiencing pain in my joints, the joints of my lower limbs, and I would have these pins and needle sensation. And on top of it all, I was just having these bouts of just feeling depressed. I was tired all the time. It's like I just didn't feel right. And when at first, with the little home remedy and rest, the signs would go away, but then it started coming back, and it really started affecting me, that even in terms of I was having problems to be walking, and the pain that I was in. And it was one night when I was at work, and it was going through one of those phases where I was so swollen in the ankles and in so much pain that I could hardly go. And one of the doctors said to me, let me see what's happening with you. And I pulled my pants, the leg of my pants up, and I showed him my ankle, and he said, Jesus Christ, girl, you need to park this car in the garage. That's exactly what he said to me. He said, go see your doctor. You need to, because my ankle was swollen. It was looking like it was bruised, purplish, reddish blue, you know, that tinge. And I'm telling you, when he said that to me, and he said, I am telling you, I'm not joking, I'm serious, go see your doctor. And I thank him every day. I can't mention his name here because I don't even know if he's on this media, but you know, I thank God every day that he really said that to me as a doctor, and he emphasized and underlined the fact that he was not joking, he was serious. So the very next day I called my doctor's office, and honestly to God, I really prayed before I called, and I told him, I said, I really and truly need an appointment immediately. I am in severe pain. I can't walk properly. You know, my shoes not fitting, stuff like that. I said, I'm in a lot of discomfort. And the girl said, hold on, let me call your doctor. She called my doctor, and I don't know if it's the fact that I don't normally do this. My doctor said, tell her to come in. So I got an appointment for the same day, went in, and the minute I started telling her, you know, the signs and symptoms, she started testing me. And then the first thing she said to me, does anybody in your family have autoimmune disease? I said, well, not that I know of. And she looked at me and she said, I think without doing the test, you have lupus. I said, lupus? She said, yes, you have the signs and the symptoms, but I am going to send you to do some tests, some lab works, and I want you to do a CAT scan, MRI, and some, you know, scans of the foot. She said, I think you should do it urgently, because she felt my foot and she said the pulses, I'm not feeling them, and I think this has some circulation thing going on. So all my tests were done stat. Between that day and the following day, everything was done. Like, I mean, like, before I left her office, the radiology department called me, made my appointment, the lab had my blood work, and next day she called me and told me to come in. Now, as a healthcare person, you know, we always joke and say, when you do a test, if the doctor don't call you, don't worry, but when they call you, then you gotta worry. So my heart fell and I went in, and that was a day that changed everything for me, you know. It was a day that made me really take stock of my life. And she said to me, Jackie, I'm sorry, we did the test and it came back showing that you do have lupus, and you also have what we call vasculitis. It is another autoimmune disease, so you have two of them. And she said, even though I am worried about the lupus, I'm more worried about the vasculitis, because we have to start treating you aggressively and hoping that it doesn't spread upward in your body, because then it can cause a stroke, heart attack, it can be fatal. And she said, this is something that we cannot cure, we only can treat and try to get under control, because there are times when you're going to have what we called like episodes, you know. It will go dormant for a while and then it just flares up, so you'll have a flare up. And I'm like, but doctor, why is this happening to me? I mean, like, I know I have a sweet tooth, that's my downfall, but other from that, I try to do everything right, I try to eat right, I exercise, I was even in the middle of a weight loss journey. I just lost 10 pounds, and it was like I just stopped. And she said, listen, this is something you can live with. Just, you got to make changes, and, you know, we're going to set up all the appointments for everything, and suddenly I was seeing all these specialists and everything. The first month or so, I was like, my life from going active, it was like I was in a love story with my bed. I would be going from work to bed. I didn't go anywhere. I had my little side hustle I did. Even that I stopped doing. And I haven't done it in like 6 months. That was the way I made my extra money. And it took me a couple months to really come to terms with everything. I was depressed, but nobody realized, because I was putting this face forward. I would be smiling, going about normally and doing what I was doing. But one of my very good friends, she was the only one who realized, because I guess she knew me that much that she sensed it. She felt it in my voice and everything. And I'm telling you, I give God thanks and praise that I have her in my life. My friend Erica, she's like a sister to me, and she would call me just every week, sometimes 2 times a week. And she don't know how much those calls meant to me, but she would just say, "Girl, are you okay?" And it was hard for me. It's like I fell off the face of the earth, everybody wondering what happened. But the space, TikTok, people, even in my family, said they were ridiculing me for being on TikTok and saying, what you doing on TikTok? It's for young people. And I'm like, I don't tell them what I'm going through, but I know what I'm going through, and I can't afford to be out there with everybody every day, because I'm scared of getting anything from them, because now my immune system is so compromised that the least thing is gonna impact my life. The first month I was diagnosed, I had RSV, and I had to stop from work. I kept calling out from the job, and it got so bad it was affecting me at work. I passed out at work a couple times, didn't know myself, and my supervisor had to sit down with me and worked out a plan. I had to go from working full-time to part-time, and even part-time, sometimes I had to call out. It's that bad. I am slowly getting control of my life again, and I'm feeling better. I know this is one of the time the doctor told me about it. I would go through a good spell. I'm hoping it lasts for a long time, because I have totally changed the way I eat. I'm exercising, changed my whole lifestyle, and as I said, it's been a lot for me to deal with, and I thank God for my girlfriend, when she would call me sometimes and just talk me through, and she understood she understood the mission, and she helped me through it. And it's hard when you're going through these kind of things, and you have to be putting on a strong face for the world and your family and everybody, because you don't want nobody to really realize the impact this is having on you, But that one person, she saw through my game, she saw through my pain, and she heard it, and she was there for me, and I'm grateful, ever grateful for that. And I thank God. As I said, this is gonna be 6 months since my diagnosis, and things have started to pick up for me. In the first 3 months, and I'm dead serious, I was so depressed. I didn't do anything right. I was eating chocolate, ice cream, soda pop, all the bad things, because that was my comfort. I gained 20 pounds. And when I went to the doctor in December, she said, because I have to be going for regular checkup. Because the treatment for my condition is that I have to be taking low dose methotrexate, which is the medication that chemo patients take, because it helps to reduce the inflammation in my body. And autoimmune disease is like when your body turns on itself because it's sending a signal that the wrong message about your immune system. And that was another thing that was hard for me to grasp, that my body was betraying me, the body that I thought I had treated so well, and I'm telling you, my faith was shaken. I had to pray hard. I prayed, and as I said, this forum, this TikTok, it has been my saving grace. I could come on here, and all the places that I was scared of visiting, I could visit. I was in Greece, I was in Dubai, I was in Jamaica, I was here, I could see stage shows, concerts, all kind of stuff going on here, and I didn't have to go out. So for the people who are saying that I'm on TikTok because I didn't tell you my business, but now I am just letting you know, because this is part of my praise story to God for where He has taken me to, that this was how I was able to express myself. And I was on TikTok so much that a couple of days when I didn't go on, I would actually have some of my friends, because I don't call you guys followers, I call you my friends. They would message me and they would say, "What's wrong? Are you okay? I haven't seen you." And I had a couple of people who were friends with me on TikTok from work, and they would come to me the same, especially my co-worker Carmen. She would say, "Girl, I look forward to those videos." And I try to find videos that are, videos that people will enjoy. It entertains, it educates, it does stuff. And just to say thank you, because at least when I'm on TikTok, as I said, I don't have to worry about going out there and mixing with the crowd and being afraid of getting anything. I had RSV the first month that I was diagnosed with my sickness or my disease, and the following month I was out again. Less than a month I was sick again. The doctor took me off, and all of these time doctor took me off, put me on leave, medical leave. Then less than 2 months later I got COVID. I had it really bad, but by this I had started changing around the way I was eating. I started to get a grip on everything. And I remember I was talking to my granddaughter Samina, and she said to me, "Grandma, I don't want anything to happen to you," because I was telling her grandma wasn't feeling well, She said, "I don't want anything to happen to you, Grandma. I love you." And I said, "Oh my God, how are my grandkids going to deal with this?" Because all of my grandkids, I really do have a close relationship with them, except for one that I don't know. And that was the turning point for me too. Another turning point. I decided I had to take myself in hand, and I started about changing my everything. So far I've lost 10 pounds, and I am trying to lose some more. But my message is, if you're having some different changes happening in your body, do not ignore it. Do not diagnose yourself, because we're not a doctor. Just, if it persists, go and get yourself checked out. Not everybody is going to be as lucky as me or as blessed as me and fortunate enough to find out early what is happening with them and treat it. Yes, I'm getting treatment, but it's not curable. And it's something I have to live with every day of my life. So, as I said, in a couple days, I'm going to be 59 years of age, and I'm giving God thanks and praise, and thanking all my friends and family who have been there for me. Well, the people that I've told, because I have not told everybody what is happening with me, for just being there for me, understanding, even when I went into my secluded phase where I was not communicating with anybody, for understanding. And God, I love you, Lord, and I have to give you praises for being my Father, my deliverer, my Savior, my friend. It's just awesome when you have God in your life. And I have been in a space in these past couple of months when I felt such peace when I pray, and I've actually felt the presence of God. Sometimes when I am praying, I feel it, and I know now what people say when I feel and I hear God. Yes, I do. So, that's my message on the eve of my birthday, and giving God thanks.